This is something you seek out when you find you happen to have a sorcerer of the party doing the area effect damage thing, a druid in the party doing the area effect damage thing, and a cleric in the party doing the area effect damage thing. And you go, oh, I can take Investiture of Wind. It's kind of sweet. And that's like the not a lot of any actual characters.
Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Investiture of Wind.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry. Hello.
Okay. I thought that was some kind of weird wind thing you were doing, but
no.
it was nothing.
Oh, I was frozen? Was I moving?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, okay. I don't want to talk about it. Armstrong Cable can go to hell. This is they're fixing things. It's not great. This is a 6th level transmutation spell from originally Prince of the Apocalypse, the player companion for it. And like the other 3, it's not great. Mainly because it's a 6th level spell. I think there's a way to make these probably a lot better, and it probably involves having their levels. Where this stands, though, I don't know if I ever want to cast it, but hey, we'll talk about it, right?
Yep.
This is a first cast time of an action, range of self, verbal spell components, concentration, 10 minutes. Until the spell ends, wind whirls around you. You get the following benefits. Ranged weapon attacks made against you have disadvantage. You get a flying speed of 60 feet. If you are still flying when the spell ends, you fall unless you can somehow prevent it. You can use your action to create a 15-foot cube of swirling wind centered on a point you can see within 60 feet. Each creature in the area makes a con save, taking 2d10 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. If a larger or smaller creature fails the save, it is pushed up to 10 feet from the center of the cube.
Trying to picture a cube of swirling wind.
Yeah. They really should have went with sphere. I don't know why they went with cube, but here we are. Bob, all right, you're an aficionado of all things shoving. Thoughts, feelings, opinions about this?
This is just 10 feet away from the center of the cube. That's difficult to make useful shoving of.
So you could position this hypothetically anywhere in 3D space to get a 10-foot shove in any direction, right?
That's true. Yeah. But
is that action worth anything to you? Like, is that worth a 6th level spell slot to gate that action?
No, I mean, I need to want all of this to be worth my 6th level spell. But
I need to want more than all of this for it to be worth a 6th level spell slot, right?
I mean, if they are standing within 10 feet of a prismatic wall, sure. But I mean, this doesn't even guarantee. This is they have to fail a save.
They have to be smaller, larger, smaller. They can't be huge or giant or anything like that.
Large is pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. But
on one hand, disadvantage on ranged weapon attacks when you also have a fly speed is when you would want it most, right? It is nice that this doesn't ask you to be in the front lines and gives you a defensive measure for a different kind of tool, right? It's sort of like a fly, but slightly safer. You are paying a lot more for it, but it is slightly safer. I would probably cost that around a 4th level spell slot, maybe a 5th level spell slot. And then I just don't rate this action worth anything at all. I don't think if you're gotten to the position where you're flying around, you probably want to be like raining meteors, shooting fireballs, lightning bolts. You want to be using other bombastic, explosive spell effects, big instantaneous stuns or whatever, right? You would want to matter in the air. If you are knocking people around, I don't know how much you matter when you're flying around in the air like that, and they can opt to ignore you because your actions are like making a badish cantrip every round, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do like some force movement, but and yeah, you like you said before, you can position the cube so that you can push at least one of your targets exactly where you need them if they fail their saving throw. And come to think of it, most other force movement options come with a saving throw. So
they're
I don't know.
Almost all way cheaper than this.
Oh yeah, but like I said, I have to want to fly and do this at the same time. I'm yeah, I guess I'm okay with the ranged weapon attacks, but I think if you're wasting your turns making these stupid cubes, then yeah, people are going to be focusing their attacks on somebody else.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too, right? Like the powerful thing about flight is you can't be interacted with by ground threats, and this helps you mitigate the air threats. So like the anti-air threats, I should say. So that does again put it in a space where I would want it to be. It's just I think it's slightly too expensive. That you can't concentrate on other higher level spells alongside this really makes
Mm.
me go, well, why do I want these defensive features? I don't really want to take this action. If I don't want to take this action, I'm just gonna be casting other spells, or just casting other spells. How much of a benefit is me being in the air at that point? This comes back around to kind of like the fly problem, where fly was gutted because concentration exists, but at least fly is dignity being cheap, so that you can use it out of combat and not feel that bad about it. I don't want to use my 6th level spell slot to get a fly speed, and that's all this does out of combat. So like,
No, and you're going to have to depend on somebody else to set up a different kind of effect because
which
all the cool duration effects that you want to push people into are going to also require concentration.
yeah, you believe that can happen. I don't. So like, it leads to a very tricky situation. I said last week that the Earth one I think is the best. This might be better. I think they're comparable, but I think the Earth one does a cooler out of combat effect. This has a better total package. Like I think this is probably on average all of it is slightly more powerful, but it isn't like giving me anything new or interesting or like strong to do. It's just letting me be a little bit of a nuisance flying around poking people. And I don't know how much I want to do that, you know?
um, yeah,
I think in the right party, if you got everyone setting up walls of force or walls of fire and chromatic walls and tons of spike growths, but like we're still doing spike growth and when we're doing level 6 stuff, I'm a little bit skeptical as to what's going on. If we have some big area effect damage payoff, some sickening gradients or something getting sat down, I could see this being something you want to put on your sheet to engage with, but I think it's a secondary thought. That's going to make it a 2 for me, right? Like, this is something you seek out when you find you happen to have a sorcerer of the party doing the area effect damage thing, a druid in the party doing the area effect damage thing, and a cleric in the party doing the area effect damage thing. And you go, oh, I can take Investiture of Wind. It's kind of sweet. And that's like the not a lot of any actual characters.
and it's got that tricky duration of 10 minutes where it's probably just a fight because like I said, you don't want to use this out of combat because all you get is fly and you already have that. So you want to use it in combat because you want people shooting at you. You want to be pushing people around and doing your little bit of bludgeoning damage. But so it's one fight, probably not two. Not thrilled with that.
When you just said like you're pushing people around doing your 2d10 bludgeoning damage, I just like, ugh, sounds so bad. 2d10? I can spend a 6th level spell slot on 2d10 damage? Really?
It's like for a sorcerer with or oh God help me, warlock with limited spells. No.
Warlocks get 1 6th level spell.
Yeah.
Like this ain't it.
I guess this fits best on wizard. You've just got a pile of spells anyway, and yeah, sometimes I'll break this one out just for fun.
Maybe it's a druid option because I don't think they innately get fly, but you can always turn into a bird. So like you
That's
do
true.
kind of get
Yeah,
fly, you know? Maybe.
yeah.
Does this get a 2? Should it get a 1? I can't
Nah,
tell.
no,
It's
it does
close.
something. It
All
gets a
right,
two.
fine. 2 it is. I do
All
think
right.
there's like
Well,
I will think I've come around. There's a big disparity between the worst of these and the best of these, where the worst of these is a 1 and the best of these is a 2. Like I would actually consider maybe using the earth and the wind one in fringe scenarios where it's like the water and fire one I just don't see ever wanting to cast.
yeah. I mean, even for a wizard, I'm using this just for fun to fly around and harass people. This isn't something I'm going to break out if I think the party's actually in danger.
Yeah. Like you use this when you're playing on those crisscrossy bridges over a giant ravine and goblins are running around, right? You'd be like, knock them
Yeah.
off, knock them off, knock them off. That's the cute flavor this wins at, and you use that once per campaign.
All right. Well, that was Investiture of Wind. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.